And hello and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Corona Chronicles. Appreciate everyone coming along and watching. And I'm going to start it with the same way I always started in case anyone's new and watching. I'm definitely smart. I'm not a dumb man, but I never used to have the time to dig into current events or world events. I have my own mental health shit I worried about, no excuse. But now that the country's more or less slowly starting to lock down, I definitely have time, as most of us do, to educate myself on what the fuck is going on. So here we go. So everyone's familiar now with the coronavirus, and so I don't need to go back and go over all that shit. If you want some more info, check my earlier episodes. But first, big old thanks to a lot of people that are working right now through the coronavirus. As some companies and stores are shutting down, there are people who are essential that are still out there on the front line trying to make it safe for people like us so we can just corona and chill. They're out there busting their asses. So healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, surgeons, everyone who's in the healthcare field, y'all are fucking amazing. Tell us how we can be more helpful, and hopefully that way we can make your lives a little bit easier and make this whole thing less of a clusterfuck, because that's what it seems to be so far. Secondly, food delivery people. Uber Eats is definitely getting my monies these days. So I mean, so not just like Uber Eats, but any food delivery people, Amazon people who are delivering our shipments. We appreciate that. I would be hungry if I didn't have food delivered. I mean, I'm a 28-year-old man. I can figure it out, but you know, if I can support support our drivers and support the food delivers on the front line, yeah, take a tip. Also, make sure you're tipping. Big old tips right now. Pharmacy workers, I appreciate y'all so much. I'm on 2 different meds that I need to take daily, and if I don't have them, I start to feel really fucking weird, and I hate it. When I do go in and pick up my meds, I see how crazy it is for everyone running around and trying to fill people's prescriptions and shit, and you know, they almost seem pissed off. But I get it. You know, things are kind of crazy, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't acting nice to those people, especially on the front line. A lot of privileged people like, well, where's this and where's that, and how come there's not any of this here, and giving those people a problem. Fuck those people. I appreciate you. Pharmacy workers, grocery workers, cops, the 5-0. I don't care what your stance is. Let's see, how's it go? Is it one bad apple doesn't ruin the bunch or some shit like that? I believe majority cops are good. I think the law is stupid for the most part, but those guys are still out there checking traffic, making sure things are good. They're still responding to emergencies. Firefighters. I have a friend or an old coworker who she's a firefighter now, and I see her on her Instagram just last night, like responding to stuff. So y'all are fucking badasses as well. Appreciate y'all so much. And then other essentials that I might have forgotten to mention. For an example, I have a buddy Troy. Shout out to my buddy Troy, who he works on like network systems for like, so we can have like our cell phones and have networks and server stuff. I don't really know how all that works, but I know it's super important, and I wouldn't be able to do, you know, shit like this if people like him weren't working on it. So all the other essential people that are working, that are helping the front line or helping us get through this, we appreciate y'all very much. I appreciate y'all very much. I think all of y'all are badasses. Now let's move on to the next part real quick. Second, I just kind of want to touch a little bit on my last episode. I talked about the stimulus package, how nothing had been signed yet, and that they were going to work something over on the weekend, and then today on Monday they were going to sign something and it was going to go into effect. Guess what? They couldn't come to an agreement on anything. So nothing was signed today, and the day's over. So they're going to keep rolling it out. You can go to YouTube, watch Nancy Pelosi's response. I think she laid it out best. So Democrats are saying that they didn't agree to the bill because the stimulus package, which is close to $2 trillion, which is a shit ton of fucking money, the Democrats want a clear description on who that money's going to go to and what that money's going to be used for. They don't want these $2 trillion to be passed, and then all that money go to big corporations and CEOs to make sure they still get paid. And apparently Republicans didn't want to be very clear on that, or people would only find out months afterward, months after the stimulus would be signed and already put into effect. Then people would find out how the money's getting distributed. And Democrats weren't okay with that, which makes sense. And Democrats wanted immediate transparency on where the money's going to go to. Again, if you check Pelosi's video, she lays it out really well. Republicans say the Democrats try to shove in there try to shove in an abortion bill that would support people through abortions. Is that even slipping it in? Isn't that part of like healthcare? I know there are people who don't share my opinion, and that's okay. But that's what Republicans said. I'm going to try not to go too much into a tangent on that, but and that's why it didn't pass. Again, it's Monday. Maybe tomorrow we'll see something move a little bit more. But now let's get into the title of this episode. More cities and states are closing down. So let me see if I can get y'all on the full screen here. So this is a website. This is the Wall Street Journal, so you can go and check it out. And this is as of today. At around 5 p.m. Today, 23rd, right? Yep. So this is a list as far as cities and states that are now going under shutdown, and some of the rules applied to them. California, we all know people outside must keep at least 6 feet of distance from each other, dine in restaurants, bars, and nightclubs. Entertainment venues, gyms, and fitness studios are all closed. But gas stations, pharmacies, grocery stores, convenience stores, banks, and laundry services remain open. Connecticut, Governor Ned Lamont ordered non-essential business to eliminate their in-person workforces by 8 p.m. Monday, March 23rd. So from today through the 22nd, that's a Connecticut, accepting a broad range of retail, manufacturing, legal, and financial sectors. The state recommends that everyone keep at least six feet away and cancel non-essential public community gatherings of individuals of any size for any reason. Bars and restaurants are limited to food and non-alcoholic beverage takeout and delivery. I want to shout out and say that Texas, we signed that alcohol delivery shit real quick. We all of a sudden, it's much easier to have alcohol delivered. That's all it took, right? Was a Corona. Let's see, and the state of Connecticut has also closed gyms, fitness centers, large shopping malls, movie theaters, places of public amusement like water parks, aquariums, zoos, and arcades. Parks remain open. That's good. Let's see, Delaware, Governor John Carney issued Delaware Governor John Carney issued a shelter-in-place order effective Tuesday, tomorrow, March 24th at 8 a.m. People still may leave their homes to obtain health care or necessary supplies, to engage in outdoor activities like walking, running, biking, or fishing, to care for elderly persons, to travel back to Delaware of residents from out of state or other limited reasons. The order does not apply to doctors, nurses, taxi drivers, lawyers, journalists, accountants, scientists, grocery clerks, and people working in manufacturing and pipeline transportation, among other industries. It's oddly specific. Lawyers and accountants. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense. I just don't know why they're being so specific. The physical location of businesses considered non-essential, such as clothing stores and tour guide companies, must be shut down by Tuesday at 8 a.m. The order does not apply to a long list of essential businesses. We're live, so I'm just gonna take a look here. We can look together real quick. Remain open for business. So crop production, animal production, forest and logging, fishing, mining stays open. Utilities, companies stay open. Construction stays the fuck open. Manufacturing stays open. Electrical equipment, appliance, manufacturing. All manufacturing looks like stays open. Furniture and home furnishing merchant wholesalers closed. They got the book. Miscellaneous durable goods merchant wholesalers It's a big no. It's a big old fat no. Let's see, what is this? Apparel, piece goods, and notions merchant wholesalers. They got the book as well. None of that shit. This shit ain't passing. Good to see that alcohol and wine distilleries and wholesalers are still good to go. Motor vehicle dealers, that's a no. Car dealers is a fat no. Furniture stores is a big no. Home furnishing stores, nah. Let's see, beer, wine, all those stores, lawn equipment stays open. Clothing stores shut down. Shoe stores shut down. Jewelry, luggage, and leather goods stores closed down. Sporting goods, hobby, and musical instrument stores closed down. Books, periodical, and music stores closed. Department stores closed. Other general merchandise stores closed. Office supplies, stationery, gift stores closed. Used merchandise stores closed. Electronic shopping, mail orders at salon, vending machine operators. They closed that. I don't know if your state, if you live in a state that is being affected by this, but there's probably a list like this for your state. Let's see, Florida, who they're making comments right now that Florida is going to be the next like epicenter of the U.S. specifically because there's still like kids out there fucking spring breaking and having fun and fucking just huge gatherings, people getting sick and not knowing it, right? Because the virus is asymptomatic, at least for the first few weeks. So that in combination with just a lot of elderly people already in Florida, because you know when you always hear it that old people retire and they fucking go to Florida because it's the beach and all that shit. So there's a lot of old people and a lot of spring breakers who are affluent as fuck and are being stupid as shit. And and don't get me wrong, like, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old, their brains aren't even fully developed yet. The city of Miami Beach directed all hotels to close down by Monday night, by tonight. Miami-Dade County has shut down beaches, parks, bars, and restaurants. Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker commanded residents to stay at home. He commanded. That's weird. Stay at home, leaving only for essential travel and activities such as health and safety reasons, getting supplies, and caring for others. The Illinois directive says non-essential businesses and operations must cease, a requirement with many exceptions. Non-essential businesses still may allow employees to work remotely and payroll process for employee benefits among other limited activities. Gatherings of more than 10 people are prohibited with limited exceptions. All places of public amusement are closed. It's public, such as carnivals, amusement park, concert halls. Indiana, let's see. Governor Eric Holcomb ordered Indiana residents to stay at home unless working at an essential business. So yeah, same thing. Restaurants closed. They can leave for that stuff. Starting Tuesday, all state government offices, including the Bureau of Motor Vehicle branches, are closed to in-person public activity until at least April 7th. Louisiana, Governor John Bel Edwards issues a general stay-at-home order effective today. Wow, all of these orders of staying at home are being effective as of today. So like, by 5 o'clock. So like as of a few minutes ago, as of 15 or so minutes ago, these stay-at-home or shelter-in-place orders have been in effect for most, if not all, of these states that I've read off so far. That's crazy. Maryland, Governor Larry Hogan mandated that non-essential businesses be closed to the general public by 5 p.m. to March 23rd today. The order excludes businesses in the critical infrastructure sectors. Senior centers, fitness centers, recreational establishments, food courts, barbershops, and beauty salons all closed. Restaurants and bars limited to carry-out. Massachusetts, Governor Charlie Baker directed businesses and organizations that don't provide COVID-19 essential services to close their physical workplace and facilities to workers, customers, and the public by noon on Tuesday, March 24th. So by tomorrow. The order extends through at least April 7th. Of course, there's a long list of businesses that are exempt. Restaurants and bars limited to take on delivery. Places of worship aren't required to close their brick and mortar premises to workers or public. Here we go. Michigan. Starting to Tuesday through April 14th, Michigan residents can leave their homes under very limited circumstances under Governor Gretchen Whitmer's directive. Those include exercise, essential errands, caring for family members, and volunteering at food pantries and shelters, among other reasons. Individuals must secure services or supplies via delivery for the maximum extent possible, with exceptions, of course. People outside must remain at least 6 feet from each other, so a lot of the same stuff. Nevada, days after closing the Vegas casinos, Governor Steve Sisolak ordered a shutdown of non-essential businesses, including theaters, massage parlors, brothels, nightclubs, hair and nail salons, and gyms. Retail cannabis dispensaries may operate by delivery. Hell yeah, Nevada, you can. No on-site dining in restaurants. In Jersey, I was born in New York, and we lived in Jersey for a while. And I was curious, like, what the fuck's going to happen to Jersey this whole time? No one's talking about Jersey. Here I go. I'm going to educate. I'm going to learn myself. I'm going to learn me some about New Jersey. New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy ordered all New Jersey residents to stay at home, but with a host of exceptions, including getting food for takeout, seeking medical attention or emergency services, exercising or engaging in outdoor activities with family, gatherings such as party celebrations, and other social events are canceled. The governor ordered all non-essential retail businesses to close to the public, excluding groceries, pharmacies, gas stations, convenience stores, banks, among others. All businesses and not-for-profit businesses in Jersey must accommodate their workforce for telework or work-from-home arrangements wherever practical. Among those allowed to be physically present at work are law enforcement, first responders, cashiers, store clerks. So that sucks. The state continues to ban recreational entertainment businesses, restaurants, takeout, delivery only. Governor Murphy signed another executive order invalidating any county or municipal restriction that might conflict with the stay-at-home directive. We know what's happening with New York. They've been at it since Sunday. Non-essential gatherings of any size in public, people keep 6 feet away. Residents 70 and older, people with compromised immune systems must remain indoors unless exercising outside. Wear a mask in the company of others. Casinos, gyms, malls, theaters, amusement parks, bowling alleys are closed. Barbershops, hair salons, tattoo, piercing, hair removal services all closed by March 21st. So as of over the weekend, bars and restaurants can delivery takeout. I have a buddy from Ohio. Governor Michael DeWine and state officials announced stay-at-home order beginning Tuesday to tomorrow, March 24th, and remaining in effect until April 7th. People may leave their homes for health and safety reasons. Yeah. People stay 6 feet away. The state has banned gatherings outside of a single household or living unit, as well as any gatherings of more than 10 people. Oh, okay, get it. Places of amusement are closed. Restaurants can do takeout, delivery, but not dine-in. Oregon. Governor Kate Brown's order bans non-essential gatherings effective immediately. Parties, celebrations, and outdoor recreational activities are prohibited if at a distance of at least 6 feet between individuals can't be maintained. The governor also prohibited the operation of a host of cultural entertainment centers, from nightclubs to art galleries, jewelry shops, furniture, and fitness centers among the non-essential. It's a misdemeanor crime to patronize any business prohibited from operating. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. For dumbass people who are like, well, why are you fucking closed? Or why all this shit? It's a misdemeanor. What you get for being a dumbass. It is prohibited to consume food or drink on the premises of a restaurant or bar. Stores staying open must enforce social distancing policies consistent with state and health guidance. Work in offices are prohibited when at home. when available. People outside should stay at least 6 feet from each other. Childcare facilities can remain open, but with groups of children smaller than 10. Let's see. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf ordered a non-life sustaining businesses in Pennsylvania to close their physical locations as of the 19th, so they were ahead of it. Businesses that don't comply could face action starting the 21st. Residents are strongly encouraged to refrain from non-essential travel, but it isn't a requirement. Restaurants and bars must stop all dine-in service. Here we go. So Texas. Now we're talking about Texas. Texas residents shall avoid eating or drinking at bars, restaurants, food courts, visiting gyms, or massage parlors. Texas Governor Greg Abbott directive instructs all Texans to avoid social gatherings in groups of more than 10 people starting Saturday the 21st. People may not visit nursing homes or long-term care facilities unless to provide critical assistance. And there's West Virginia. Governor Jim Justice has issued a stay-at-home order taking effective 8 p.m. tomorrow. The order, so tomorrow being March 24th, the order requires West Virginians to stay at home unless leaving for essential services or to work for a job providing for essential services. They can leave to shop at grocery stores, pick up prescriptions, medical care. Workers should still commute to jobs at hospitals, banks, pharmacies, grocery stores, takeout restaurants, gas stations, and other businesses and services designated as essential. Dine-in services, bars, nightclubs, casinos, performance halls, barbershops, hair and nail salons and fitness places are all closed. Okay, back to Texas real quick. One of the things I'm going to end on. So 8 hours ago, so today's March 23rd, 5:24 p.m. exactly. Our Texas Governor Greg Abbott 8 hours ago says that he warns that he might have to put a shelter in place order in the state of Texas, and he warned it about 8 hours ago. But last night, Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins signed an order for all Dallas County residents to shelter in place. So Dallas County is in shelter in place, not the whole state. But if Dallas is in shelter in place, hopefully that leads to the shelter in place for the state. Now, that's all I'm going to have as far as news. As far as one-offs and side brains, I think that our lack of acting responsible is what's going to fuck us over. And when I say us, it's probably not, people like specifically you or I watching. Me doing this or you watching, where we're probably staying at home and doing what we can to limit our contact and practicing social distancing. And I even, I see, people on Instagram, social media, like playing games. I challenge you to 10 push-ups, and it's great. It's great. It's beautiful. It's fun. We're still staying connected. Great. I think what's gonna fuck it up is if we continue to let people be irresponsible about going out and disregarding the severity of the virus. And I don't know, it seems easy and it seems like common sense, but apparently it's not. I watched Leon Lush, Hey Lush Life, Mrs. Lush is a nurse, and she was talking about one of their latest episodes of how much they're working right now. And I think he asked, what are some things that we can do as civilians to help, nurses and everyone in the healthcare front line to make things easier for everybody. She just said, just fucking use common sense. And it's funny because it's not as common as you think. But that's all I got. We'll see what the fuck happens tomorrow. Hopefully they start signing some shit, because the end of the month is coming and bills are going to be due. And they're over here fucking around on the stimulus bill. And I'm not saying that that's going to solve all the problems, but if that's the plan, cool. Let's make the plan happen. And there seems to be none of that yet. But yet, right? We'll continue to see what happens. I appreciate everyone tagging along and watching and listening to me, listening to me talk. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can listen to me on Spotify later. If you're listening to me on Spotify, then you can hear me on YouTube. You can watch me on YouTube. I appreciate everyone coming by and checking out another episode of the Corona Chronicles. And I'll catch y'all next time. Hopefully we'll learn something else. Peace.